Hi, I'm Ellen Jacob. I'm a visual artist and my practice is rooted in social justice, using visual metaphors and storytelling. I primarily use my camera to create my work, which is usually a series of photos exhibited and installed in many different ways. As a lifelong New Yorker, I tend to think of the city as my studio. The energy of New York stimulates me and challenges me to answer questions that I don't necessarily know how I'm going to answer. As James Baldwin said, my favorite writer, the purpose of art is to lay bare the questions that have been hidden by the answers. I think about this and these words on a daily basis and try to figure out how I can actually say something. I am outraged by the injustice around me, which is what inspires me. But I also get great joy from the small things that happen in my neighborhood, like this Banksy appearing on a wall at 79th and Broadway. My first show at Soho Photo Gallery on White Street was called Substitutes. I became intrigued by the fact that in my neighborhood, the women pushing the strollers were almost always women of color and the children were white. I asked why, and that became the genesis for this 4-year project. This is a photograph of Rado and one of the children she takes care of. I spent weeks with her and established a relationship with her. It's important for me to establish relationships and get to know the people I photograph. I ended up becoming friends with Rado and photographed her over the course of years for many projects. The work went viral, getting over 1 million hits online, with requests coming in from around the world. It was exciting. The highlight was an invitation to exhibit at the Festival Internacional in Belo Horizonte, Brazil, and to present the project on Brazilian TV. Occasionally, my work is spontaneous. This was created with my iPhone and words the woman said added in Photoshop. I also drew on the image. It was awarded the Castigay Applebaum Award at the National Association of Women Artists and Violence Transformed show in Harlem. Stuart, in his plaid shirt with his mask, is part of a series of images that I created over the course of many years. Stuart lives in Woodstock. We collaborated on these series because he believes every object is an opportunity for art. In 2017, with the inauguration of our current president, I became enraged with the government's war against immigrants. I became an immigrant rights activist, accompanying them to court, helping them navigate our unjust system. This is Alejandra, who is facing deportation. The project took many forms, and I got early support from the New Republic, who published a 6-page photo essay. It was the first time that they allowed pseudonyms, understanding the safety issues at stake. This is Aura, who moved into a sanctuary church where I photographed her so she would not be separated from her U.S. citizen children. I show the citizen faces, but not the immigrants for safety reasons. We collaborated on the wall and the position of the image. The series won the Julia Margaret Cameron Award in the Editorial and Current Affairs division. I was able to exhibit it at the Photography Gala in Barcelona, Spain, and give a talk on the work. It is so important to me to be able to share this work to a worldwide audience. I received a grant that enabled me to make life-size prints of this work on canvas and collaborate with a sculptor to build 6-foot photo structures for an installation. The hard part was anchoring them to the heavy steel plates for stability. 6-foot structures were unwrapped and placed in their maze-like configuration. I was very touched by how lifelike they were and how portraits are created, whether or not you see a face. The subtlety of wrinkles in clothing and the stance all give you a sense of who you're looking at. Here's the installation in its permanent home at Judson Church in the West Village of New York. The church has a long history of social justice, and it's a dream realized to have my work there. It's also wonderful that some of the people I photographed are part of the church. These are some of the stickies that viewers wrote and drew. I found them very moving. The work was also displayed traditionally on the wall and selected for the 2019 Harnett Biennial of American Prints titled Contested Spaces at the University of Richmond Museums. Carmen Hermo from the Brooklyn Museum was the juror. My work now comes full circle. This is Rado again. She posed with me for this project. She is an immigrant from South Africa, and she is also being displayed in a Black Lives Matter show in Brooklyn. My current work is titled Say It Loud, Portraits of People Shouting to Make Their Voices Heard. Many of the images are captured on Zoom because of the pandemic. I'm using Instagram to exhibit the work now, but plan to create a large wall-like installation of faces shouting.